So we are going to disconnect the throttle body from the motorcycle. This is the throttle body. This is the air tube. This is the air box. Up here is the air filter. The air goes through, down, and out either side into each throttle body. The throttle body is equipped with a port so it can be balanced, a fuel injector, various electronic wires, a couple of clamps, that kind of stuff. So we're going to take all that off. First, we're going to cut these zip ties carefully because we don't want to cut the wires. You cut those, you got to splice into the harness, so we don't want to do that. This is the wire that goes to the ignition cable, or the ignition coil, and that's to the spark plug. Got another zip tie in there, so carefully chop it. There, now all that stuff is loose, so we can move on.
These two, that one and that one.
So how is it you can do that? Magic?
I've done
Practice?
1,000.
All right, let's see if I can learn the lesson here. I think I may have been squeezing too hard. I'm trying
Your
to.
angle is not, you
Got to be what?
you're exaggerated. You're like this.
Uh-huh.
You need to make sure you're square on it. So, if you give that a squeeze.
I don't like you anymore. Thank you. We were having a discussion on the Facebook the other day, and that right there is a great illustration of why you pay an experienced mechanic. Okay, so there's the whole throttle body assembly is loose. You can see on this, there's a metal ring. You got to squeeze that in, and then that comes off. That goes onto the top of the fuel injector. That's just a clip. Lift it up over the threshold there, and it pops right off. Then you need tools. So we're going to take this off first. That's on the fuel injector. It is a T25. Okay. So removing that bolt will allow me to take the fuel injector out of its housing. And there we go. Oh, that's some nasty stuff on there. Look at that. It's all gummy. That's what happens when you let your gas sit, people. It's just bad all around. All right, now we have some other things on top here. That looks like a 10 millimeter. Okay, so that's you can see that's the throttle cable. So underneath this piece of plastic is all the throttle cable workings. So to disconnect this completely, we have to take this little ball fitting out of the slot that it's in. Probably easier if you loosen it up first. All right, now we can take the springs off. And let's see. That looks like a big fat flathead there. Let's see. Ah, there's a third one there. That's going to be tough to get out with the housing in place. Let's see if we can do it. All right, well, let's go back to the T25. Because the T25 will let us take these things off. So there's a sensor of some sort. I have to look it up, which I will. It has a number on it. And it leaves a hole thusly shaped. It's a little gummy. Got that spring off. That'll probably make things a little easier. Well, you know what? I ain't salvaging this. I'm just gonna cut this cable. So there's the whole throttle body assembly. You can see the butterfly valve moves. So that spring that I took off snaps it back into place, snaps it closed. That controls how much air gets into the mixing chamber. How much air is in there determines how much gas goes in through the fuel injector, which is right here. See? And then the air comes in here. The fuel air mix comes out here and goes into the combustion chamber. It's a very simple setup. Very easy. And that's just a tube basically with a butterfly valve in it.